Always on fire.
You're watching GuudeBoulderfist. You're watching GuudeBoulderfist. You're watching GuudeBoulderfist.
And the funny thing is, now that I'm up here on this, poor guy. I've been right there before. I had a cat that I got right after my dad died. His name was Scotty. I didn't name him. I actually stole him there was this woman I used to babysit, her granddaughter, and so we lived in Texas. I mean, I feel like I've told you guys my entire life now. There's nothing left. All stories have been told. But anyways, when we were moving away from Texas, she used to beat him, like, for no reason at all. She, like, the cat, like, Scotty would just walk by. Man, see, what's funny is he's making that joke about the pussy now, but last night he was kind of upset. He was talking to me about the cat, and of course, me and my terrible sense of humor when it comes to death, I was like, he was talking about how expensive his cat was, and I was like, pussy ain't cheap, bro. So, yeah, just don't talk to me about death, because I'll say something along those lines. But yeah, when we moved away from Texas, I took Scotty with me, and so I had him for 13 years after that, and whenever he ended up getting cancer, right? And the doctor made it sound like, with some chemo, he'd be all right. So we ended up spending $4,000 on chemo, which, in hindsight, I should have probably put him down. In fact, not probably, I should have put him down, which is sad. But in the same aspect, I think that humans should have the same right to decide whether or not they're going to live or die. I don't think what Dr. Kevorkian was doing was wrong. I think that everyone should have a right to decide when they're. I mean, I think suicide for any reason should be legal. I don't think people should be forced to live if they don't want to. I mean, it's your life. How can anyone else tell you that it's against the law to end it? So that's just my opinion on on suicide. So, which is probably a really touchy subject, and I probably shouldn't talk about it. I definitely don't condone or recommend such a thing. But I think if you're dying and you're in pain, that should be a choice that you have, and no one should be able to stop you. But anyways, after we got Scotty his chemo, whatever, he didn't live much longer. He only lived about 2 months. So, in hindsight, we probably should have put him to sleep, because his quality of life wasn't good after that either. So, and this has just been the saddest of MindCracks. I'm sorry, guys. When I was in the hospital with the baby being born, I got a message from someone, and if you're out there, hello. And they said that they sense a great sadness in me, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "The happiest guy ever." And I don't know, I don't know where they were going with it or what exactly they meant, but I was like, "Nope, I'm happy." And they're like, "Okay, well, I just got the feeling you were thinking about doing something you shouldn't," or something like that. And so, no. Of course, after my little spew here about suicide, people probably think that's not true either. What the fuck, man? Get the hell out of here! Shit. That's what I get for talking about suicide. Freaking Taliban comes out the door. And trying to make him take some fall damage too. Okay, where'd he end up? Okay. Oh, there he is. What the fuck, man? Oh, son of a bitch. These mobs, man, pissing me off. And you would think that would have just been one swing with the sword after the number of times I hit him. I filled these chests right up, didn't I? My nose has gotten all weird since I started this episode. Or started recording. I don't even know how long I've recorded or anything right now. So if I've been building this house for days now, I apologize. You guys probably have already told me that I'm an idiot and you hate it. I met these people at Minecon that I don't know if I should say people's names and stuff like that, so I'm gonna refrain from doing that unless I've already said their name on video and they were in a video where I said their name. But it was mom, her husband, and her two daughters, and they make these really cool scarves and hats and just all these like creeper items. And I told her I'd mention them on my video when I got back, and if she'd be interested in selling them. I think you guys would be interested in buying them because they're really good quality and they look amazing. So I'll see what I can do about getting some pictures of that stuff and showing you guys. And if she's interested in like they're handmade, so I mean, she wouldn't be able to make millions of them. I think she said her grandmother, her mother, not her grandmother, her children's grandmother is the one that's making them. And like I said, they were pretty amazing. But when I met them, this is just one of the many occasions where I was taken back by who watches my videos, and I didn't realize the wide range of people that are actually tuning in day to day and watching and listening to me babble on here about my life and the game and just everything. And I don't know. I asked her. I was like, "Do you let your children watch me speak? Do they hear what I say? Because if so, I need to change everything I've ever said immediately." And she doesn't. Thank God. She basically, I bet it spawned in here. Maybe put that in there. She basically watches the stuff and then decides what they're allowed to listen to or see, which is good. That's what I would recommend people do with children. Not just let them willy-nilly watch me, because that would be bad. Yeah, this is how it happened before. Don't you fucking dare blow up. Just come out here. Let's do this. Let's do this over here, bro. But then there was this little kid with his dad, and this kid was like 8. And he said that his dad was like, "Yeah, he watches everything, loves the race for the wool, and he watches UMBOO." And I'm like, no, don't do it, man. So it's just, I guess it's different with what some parents will do and others won't. Which I'm not saying that he's a bad parent for letting his kid listen to me, but I doubt my child will get to hear anything other than Sesame Street until she's 19. 19 sounds like a good age to finally get to listen to things that aren't Sesame Street. So I was coming back from the hospital the night, Thanksgiving night, and I left there about 9 o'clock, and I was like, well, Walmart's got Black Friday sales going on starting at 10, and I've never done anything on Black Friday. I've always stayed my ass at home, far away from the crazy people. And I was like, well, I'm already out and about. I'm already basically in the traffic, so I might as well stop by. And so I stopped by Walmart, and I wasn't there for the TVs like everyone else. They had a crock pot. Oh man, I feel old just saying it, but they had a crock pot that was $9, and so I was like, yeah, I'll get a crock pot. And so I got in this group of people. We were all waiting for the crock pots. And I wasn't the youngest person there, at least. Doesn't make it any better, I don't suppose. But so, anyways, I saw crazy people. I can't believe the way people act over these sales. I mean, like, for instance, this crockpot was $9 and it sells on normally for 30, so it's like it's a $20 saving, yeah, but it's not something worth like selling your mom over. I don't know. It was just weird. Like this one guy, the sale starts at 10, and so it's like 9:30, and he starts like ripping the freaking packaging off of because like they have everything out in the aisles and they have it like cellophane wrapped. So he starts pulling the cellophane off of the package for these blenders, and the woman comes up and she's like, hey, you can't do that. And she says it just as nice. I mean, she said just like I said, hey, you can't do that. And he just like turns around. He was like, excuse me, you can't fucking talk to me like that. And he's like cussing and just like, it's like, but you can talk to her like that, right? Is that how it works in your fucking deluded ass mind? But just to get that angry over a blender, just, I don't know, it blows my mind. I don't know what goes on in people's heads. I kind of talked to everyone around the crock pots because it was also some like griddles that and there were waffle irons and a little chopper in it. Like I was hoping to get all of these little things, and I actually talked to one of the Walmart employees when I got there about the waffle makers and stuff, and I was like, there's quite a few of them. Do you care if I go and throw some of these in my cart? I'm gonna get 2 of these and a little chopper. And he was like, whatever, I don't care, man. Just do it. And so I was like, cool, thanks. And so I'd already grabbed that stuff, and everyone kept coming up trying to grab it. And then at that point, so was someone else standing there, and they were like, no, you may not. And they kept pointing at mine, and my coach was like, well, how's he got him? And she was like, I don't know, that's not my problem. I was just like, man, I've caused some drama over here. But yeah, so I just kind of talked to the people around me before when it was getting close to 10 o'clock, and I was like, listen, none of us need to die over these crock pots or these griddles. I was like, I counted them. I was like, there's enough here for every one of us here. So as long as no one loses limbs or fingers over it, everyone should get one. So just calmly grab our stuff when it's the time, and then we'll all safely leave here. And that's what we did. And it went great. Nobody died. Everything was fine. But then after that, I got my shit in my cart and I was leaving. And as I was leaving, I walked past these comforters. I feel like I said that weird, comforters. And there was these people basically fighting over these comforters. They were just like grabbing them, and then this one lady pushed this other lady, and she goes like flying back into this rack of wine. And, like the wine falls over and it shatters everywhere. It's just crazy. I didn't tell my wife I was doing this, she just knew I was going to the hospital to sit for a little while and I'd be back later. And so I call her once I'm in line at Walmart and check it out, and she's like, wow, you're still up there? And I was like, no, I went by Walmart. Oh yeah, they had board games for $3, and so I bought like every board game known to man. And of course, when I told my mom I did this, she was like, people still play board games? I was like, yeah, shut up. So I got like Operation, Sorry, Connect 4, what else? Candyland. Here's funny about Candyland. Most of you probably don't remember this, but when I was a kid, there was this cool Candyland, and they sell this retro Candyland that's supposed to be the same as the one I had when I was a kid, but it's not the same. Like the little man, Chester the Molester chocolate man, he doesn't look the same. He doesn't look so molesty. And the kids that are entering into Candyland, they're now a good diversity of different races, which I don't have a problem with. But I think that's just another thing that bothers me about society, that they feel as if they're not covering every single race like that. If they're not completely politically correct with stuff, then they're being racist. And I don't know. I mean, I say my fair share of totally racist stuff in the videos with me and B-Double-O, but I don't mean it as racist. And it was funny because at Minecon we were talking, we were all having dinner together, and Joe Hills was talking that his wife or fiance feels like whenever someone's being sexist, like for instance the movie Anchorman, she can't stand the movie Anchorman because she feels as if it gives the thumbs up to being sexist. And I was like, well, I feel as if people can't see the humor in something without taking it the wrong way, then that's part of the problem in itself. So that's why a lot of my humor goes over the top a lot of times, and it's not because I am sexist, racist, or homophobic or anything like that. I don't know. I mean, obviously I'm not homophobic. I mean, me and B00 slept together, so just getting that out there. And I know you guys want to see the sex tape, but the thing is, you can't put that type of stuff on YouTube, and you really should just get with YouTube about that, because it's not my ruling. I talked to them, and they're just like, no, we don't want sex tapes, so I'm sorry, guys. I tried. I do have some lost footage, we'll say, of the morning after the everyone ended up in our room, and B00 is shirtless, and he's in bed, and I'm like kind of snuggled up beside him and talking to him, and I might upload that if there's enough demand for it. It's not really that great. I mean, nothing kinky happens or anything, but it is what it is. Kind of like to have like a little entryway here. Got kind of like this. No, I just put that there. How much stuff's in it? Not that much. Okay, it's not so bad. So let's Oh, you son of a whore. Well, fuck me, man. Fucking hell, dude. God damn it. Where the hell did he come from? Where the fuck all these mobs keep coming from? That's probably what happened to B00. Son of a bitch. Oh, man. I wasn't prepared for that. I just kind of cringed whenever he came up. But, you know, I wanted to move those chests anyways down a little bit, so that kind of works out. It was planned. So this new mouse I got is pretty crazy. It's got, like, these little weights. Like, there's one that's like 4.5 grams, and the other's 1.7 grams. And there's like 6 little slots and this little disc that slides into the bottom of the mouse, where you can place your weights and like set the weight of your mouse. Man, they just fucking destroyed those chests, didn't they? They're just gone now. I was gonna place the chest down here and move the stuff, but chests are gone. Alright. It's just, I mean, it's kind of strange. Like, I played around with it a little bit to see if that's something I'd be interested in utilizing. And I don't. The mouse by itself without any of these weights is the right weight for me. So, yep, that's how I feel about the whole crazy weight thing. Alright, so anyways, back to what I was doing here. So I kind of want this room to kind of come over here like this. It's kind of like a little entry room or something. Almost like it to be over here too. Son of a bitch. Get a life, you son of a bitch. I think that mobs can see you from too far away now or something. Like, what the hell? They put the stairs up. So here's something I was talking to people about at Minecon, and I don't know if I've ever talked to you guys about it, but Katy Perry. I feel like I've talked about it before, but I don't know if I have, so I'm going to touch it again. I'm going to touch Katy Perry again. which I don't really find her that attractive. But I guess we were talking about it there because she was in concert there. So it was just uh anyways, so yeah, what I was talking to people over there about was the fact that if you've never watched any of her videos before, I highly recommend that they be watched. Even if you don't like the music, or if you do, whatever. The production quality is actually pretty good, but that's not why I recommend that you watch them. They're freaking crazy. Like their fireworks video, like it blew my mind. Like just blew my mind. I mean, maybe that's what they're going for, the whole fireworks and everything. But I could not believe what I was seeing when I was watching it. That's just pretty much it. Like it was just mind-boggling. Like there's pregnant lady with like her belly exploding with fireworks. God damn it! I was trying to jump over there. There's fat girl at the pool that, like, I don't know. It was just the whole thing is just something a little bit different, and no shit, right? Why are so many creepers in town? So I want to kind of do something different here with the doorway, because I'm going to leave it just open here. I want to have like these like these. You know what I'm talking about. People are being so mean to me. I'm such a nice guy, and then they just do this to me. So something a lot of people don't know about me is I used to do stand-up comedy, and I think that's where a lot of my terrible humor comes from. Is my time doing that, which I guess is why I guess some people don't realize. Like a lot of people I've known that on YouTube, and I've met a lot of people on YouTube now. It's been a little bit crazy the number of people that I have met, but they talk to me about doing vlogs, and they're like, well, a lot of people are concerned about doing a vlog because they're concerned about the response that they will get and the things that people will say about them. And a lot of people get a negative response when they first do a vlog, which, I mean, people called me fat, right? And it affected me none. But that's why I think is because nothing anyone could say about me is any worse than the things I've said about myself to get a laugh out of people. I mean, that's part of stand-up comedy is getting laughs out of people and, you know, saying things about yourself that is not the best or nicest thing is part of that too. I mean, that's what people laugh at. Things that are funny. So I think that's helped me going into this is I mean, no one's going to shock me or offend me. I don't think there's anything you could say to shock me. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Tim Minchin. He's a stand-up comedian, and he has some really funny stuff. Most of his stuff is just music. But if you haven't heard of him, you should definitely check him out because, like I said, he does some really funny stuff. But he has this whole bit where he talks about babies, and I showed my wife this recently because it's just, to me, it's really funny. And some people, and this is my example of how easily people are offended. And he talks a lot about how people get overly offended by things that are jokes, and they're not meant to offend, but they are meant to shock. And the truth in them is funny. But he does this bit about how his wife's a terrible person, and well, he has a song about how about how she's just not, that great, and he could probably find someone better. Um, and then he says that a lot of times whenever he does this song, people get offended by it. And so he gives an example of why people should not be offended because they shouldn't worry about her because she's a terrible person. Um, and the example he gives is right after his daughter was born. He says they were, well, he does this little bit about how babies sleep and how it's just the worst thing ever. Because they basically troll you with their sleeping. Like, you'll think they're fucking dead half the time, and then you get ready to call 911, and then they wake up and breathe again. And just the noises they make sound like Satan. But he does this bit where he's talking about him and his wife were watching a movie, and he gets up and she's like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "Well, I'm gonna go check on the baby, make sure she's all right." And she's like, "No, don't, Tim. Just sit down. Let's finish the movie." And he's like, "But what about the baby?" And she's like, "Well, if you go in there, you're gonna wake her up, or you're gonna find out she's dead. And if she's dead, what are we gonna do anyways? You might as well sit down and finish the movie, and that way we can enjoy the rest of the movie. And if she's dead, the rest of our life will be ruined later." And I just laughed my ass off at this, and a lot of people would be just so offended by this, I don't know. I guess it's just different. I mean, everyone's gonna have different senses of humor, and people will have different tolerances for what they find funny and stuff like that. Another joke he does is he's washing dishes, and his daughter's got a coin in her mouth, and he's like, "No, you don't put coins in your mouth. Your mouth is for food, and later when you're older, cock." And his wife's like, "Tim, she might like pussy." I'm sure this scenario didn't really happen, but it's really hilarious. It might have really happened. Whenever kids are that young, they're not gonna know what the hell you're saying, anyways. I tell my little girl to cry all the time. She's just crying. I'm like, "Yeah, let it out. Just cry. Tell the world. I hate it." My wife thinks I'm just agging her on. Which I guess I kind of am. Like, see, yesterday I was crying with. I was like, "Yeah, oh God, it's so terrible." Oh man, it's crazy to me. Kids, they're crazy. Like, well, they have no patience, but they have no understanding for what patience is yet. I guess they don't. They don't have any understanding that they're going to get what they need because you're working diligently to make sure that they shut the fuck up to get what they need. Which I guess that's why crying is such an annoying thing that forces you to give the child whatever the hell it needs so it will stop doing what it's doing. But God, I don't remember what I was gonna say now. I started thinking about how annoying crying was. Oh yeah, here we go. So she'll be crying, right? And she gets all worked up, and you're trying to get the food ready so that the crying will stop. And as soon as that bottle hits the mouth, it's like a drug addict. That's the only thing I can equate it to. It's just a drug addict getting their fix of crack. It's like they're screaming, crying. You stick that bottle in their mouth, and they're just like, it's like, seriously, get the hell out of here. It's not that great. And she's got a milk allergy apparently, which I've told you guys. And this fucking formula that you have to give babies with milk allergies, it smells like bat shit. I mean, just straight up bat shit. If you've ever smelled bat guano, this is what this stuff smells like. And don't ask me why I know what bat guano smells like, but I do. And it smells like this shit. And it stinks even worse coming out. And I don't have the strongest of stomachs, and so I've had a hard. Oh, he's on fire.
You watching GuudeBoulderfist. You watching GuudeBoulderfist. You watching GuudeBoulderfist. Fighting just to save his life. Got you laughing every night.
Yes. Dude, all your diamond shit just got fucked.
I like what Superman does, the way things explode out of them from all sides.